Hello. In this video, I am going to talk briefly about the history of Oscars with particular reference to movies made outside USA in a foreign language. Hello. This is Dr. Mathew, live from New York. Today, I am going to discuss the possibility of a Malayalam movie getting an Oscar nomination. This is in the context of the vibe that has created by the movie Adujeevitham in the social media. In Malayalam, Kerala, there is talk about a national award and even an Oscar award. A national award is a possibility. An Oscar award is a very distant shot, and I will explain to you why. In order to know the possibility of an Oscar nomination, it is good to review the history of Oscar nominations to begin with. In 1927, in Beverly Hills, California, Louis Myers started the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Science. Louis Myers was a movie producer and a very rich man. He had recruited 36 members who are the founding members of the Academy. In 1927, there was a movie Wing, which was a silent movie, which was celebrated, but no formal award nominations were given. In 1929, they started the first Academy Award nominations. But until 1939, the name Oscar did not come to the nominations. In 1939, when Betty Davis was receiving a nomination, she took the statuette in her hand, turned it front and back, and said that this looks like my husband, Herman Oscar. First, let me talk about the statuette. The statuette is covered in gold, made in bronze. It is 14.5 inches tall and 8.5 pounds weight, standing a knight holding a sword, standing on a Kodak roll of film. Now, in the 96-year history of Oscar nominations, there is one and only one foreign language film that ever got an Oscar nod and an Oscar award. And that is the movie named Parasite, made by Bong Joon-ho from South Korea. In order to know further about foreign language and Oscar, I need to explain that movie a little more. Moreover, anybody who is criticizing or reviewing movies should know in detail about this movie and should see this movie multiple times. Now, the story of Parasite is the story of two families in South Korea. One family is the upper class and the other family is the lower class. The upper class family is the Park family, including Park, who is the head of an IT company, his wife's name Ponnamma, and daughter Sheila, 18 years old, and Lal, 10 years old. I have changed the names for better grasping for you people who are listening to me now. So that is the upper class family. They have a maid, her name is Lalita, and a driver by name Kuttappan. Now, in this upper class family, this girl, Sheila, is tutored by a college graduate by name Devan. But Devan got a visa to go to United States and therefore he cannot continue tutoring. Instead, he arranged another friend of him by name Ajayan and recommended Ajayan to the Park family. Ajayan is coming from a lower class, but he is not telling everybody his address or location. He wants to hide it. So Ajayan agrees to take the job and started teaching Sheila, tutoring some college classes. He did not have a college degree, but Devan and Ajayan concocted a plan to create a fake college degree a diploma on a piece of paper and gave it to Parks. In return, Devan gave Ajay a present. The present is a small little landscape, a piece of stone, very well mounted and framed. It's about 15 pounds in weight. It is considered to be an object of good luck. Now, after Ajay starting tutoring Sheila, he noticed that Sheila's younger brother Lal has got some learning disabilities. He has got hyperactive syndrome, and that will be helped by drawing. So he will recommend to Park that he know of a girl, a arts teacher in his township, and if she can come, it will be very good for Lal. The Parks, gullible as they are, agrees to that one, and thereby Ajay brings his sister Ajita as the tutor for Lal, not revealing that Ajita is his sister. When the two of them are in, they decide to bring their father. For that, they have to fire one of their servants. As I have mentioned before, the Park family has Lalita as a maid and Kuttappan as a driver. So these two kids tried to target Kuttappan. One day, Kuttappan was giving a lift for Ajita to her township. During that time, Ajita took out her underwear and put it on the back seat. Park found out that there was an underwear on the back seat. He got really annoyed. He said that I have no problem what Kuttappan does in his own good time, but not in my car, not in my Mercedes, and therefore he will fire Kuttappan. When Kuttappan is out of the picture, the two kids talked to Park and said that in their township, there is a very good driver, they know of him, his name is Kim. We will appoint Kim. The Parks agreed. So they will bring their father Kim as the driver to the Park family, not revealing that Kim is their father. When three of them are in, they decide to bring their wife. In order to bring their wife, they have got to fire Lalita. So Lalita has a problem, and that is she is allergic to peach fruit. In the outside of the peach fruit, there is a certain powder. When she is coming in contact with the powder, she is getting cough, cold, sneezing, sputum, etc. And she used a lot of napkins and put them into the dustbin. These kids collected powder from peach fruit and sprinkled it on the dress of Lalita. Lalita has more and more cough, more and more sputum, and one day Kim picked up a couple of the napkins, put some tomato ketchup on those napkins and showed it to the Park and his wife Pannamma and said that this lady has tuberculosis and they have seen her going to the TB sanatorium and she should be fired. Lo and behold, that lady is also fired. Then they told him that they know of a very good housekeeper in their township. Her name is Sulu, and they bring Sulu, their mother, to the Park family, not revealing that these four people are from the same family. So one day, for the birthday of Lal, the Parks decides to go to a very upscale resort for a celebration. So they packed up and they went. When the Parks went, the Kim family had a celebration. The whole house, the whole facilities, the whole bar, the expensive drinks, the cutleries, the crockeries, the bed, everything is there. So they started celebrating. When celebration was going on, a telephone calls, the doorbell rings. When they look through the doorbell, they see the old Lalita on the outside gate wanting to get it. She says, I left something in the basement. I want to come in and get it. So the Kims let her in. When she comes in, she goes downstairs. Lalita, Sulu will follow her. And from the downstairs, they will go further down the bunker. In the bunker, lo and behold, they found another human being who is Kunyachan, who is Lalitha's husband, living there for the last 4 years. This guy is hiding from the debtors, and he is hiding in the bunker, and Lalitha is sneaking food from the kitchen, and occasionally this guy named Kunyachan, he will go up to the kitchen and sneak some food. And on one occasion, Lal saw a figure. He thought it was a ghost and he has fainted down. That's a previous history. Now, by hearing the noise and voice, Kim, Ajay and Ajita all goes down and go to the bunker. Then they will see that Lalitha and her husband Kunyachan is there. And quite quickly, this lady, Lalitha, pulled out her cell phone and started recording the whole scene. She knew that these 4 people, the Kims, are from the same family, and if she can show that video to the park, she can get her job back. And she ordered all of them to go up. So, obeying to Lalitha, the Kims, one after the other, goes up. Then Lalitha told them to kneel down. They all knelt down. And while this is going on, Ajay snatched the cell phone from Lalitha's hand, bound her, knocked her, punched her to unconsciousness, and sent both of them, Kunyachan and Lalitha, to the basement. Now, when this is happening, the landline rings. It says it park on the other line. Park is saying that there was a rain the previous day and it is all wet. The resort is all wet, and they cancelled the program and coming back. They are very close to the home. In about 10 minutes, they will reach the house. They also told them to make a pasta dish, and so there is confusion, there is chaos, there is hurry, there is tension. The whole kitchen is in disarray. The whole bedroom is in disarray. All the bottles are uncorked, and cutleries, crockeries, and food particles all over the place. They only have 10 minutes. Very high movie moment. So they will clear all those things, and Kim, Ajay, and Ajita will go under the dining table. Then the Parks will come. They ate the pasta. They did not think much about it. And then this Lal boy will say that I'm thinking of sleeping outside in the lawn with a tent. So he made a tent, and he is making plans to sleep outside. At that time, the husband and the wife, that is Park and Pannamma, they are relaxing on a couch in the ante room, watching the boy making the tent. And then they just dozed off. During that time, the Kim and his son Ajay and Ajita thought that this is a good opportunity for them to get out from there. So they got out and they went to their township. It is a shanty town, low-grade town. They are living in a basement of a house. It is all flooded. It's all sewer water, totally flooded. Then they have to go to a shelter. They go and sleep in the shelter. In the shelter, Ajay has already collected that stone thing he got from Devan, and he used it as a pillow. The next day, the Parks called them back. He said, I'm going to have a party here, and we'll make a big cake, and all of you should come. When they came, the Park told Kim that I will have a small plan that when Ajita is coming with the cake to the front yard where the party is going on, Kim should make up as an aborigine and Park will make up as chief of the aborigine. There will be a little fight and all. In the meantime, Lalitha came up from the basement to the kitchen. That was noted by Sulu. She kicked her down and sent them to the basement. So when the party was going on, Ajay was preoccupied how I can kill these two people. So he took the stone and he went down. And on the way down, the stone slipped from his hand, and Kunyachan regains that stone. In the meantime, it is noted that Lalitha, because of the fall, has hit her head, and she is unconscious and she is probably dead. So Kunyachan, with the stone in his hand, is chasing Ajay to the upstairs, to the dining room, where he hit Ajay with the stone. Ajay faints down. Then he collected a cleaver knife, a carving knife, and went back to the party where he saw Ajita was bringing the cake from the kitchen. He stabbed Ajita. After that, he goes after Sulu. When he was trying to stab Sulu, Sulu collects a skewer arrow, a barbecue skewer, and stuck Kunyachan on his chest, and Kunyachan is down. At that moment, Park noted that his son is down. He wanted to take him to the hospital. So he is telling Kim, you start the car. But Kim was nursing his daughter with a chest wound. He won't move from there. Then he said, you give the car key to me. So Kim collected the key and threw it to Park. But the key reflected and went to the ground. So Park is bending down to collect the key. Then Park is bothered by a stench, and that is in several places in the movie. Park is complaining about the stench of the lower class, and that is his, and also showing his attitude towards the lower class. When this is happening, Kim lost it, and he took a knife and he went forward and stabbed Park. Everybody disappeared, and the screen shows dark. The next scene is 1 month later. Ajay is recovering from the hospital bed. He is kind of not normal. He is laughing excessively, and he is kind of out of his mind. And when he was released, he used to wander around the old Park family. In the meantime, Park is dead. His wife sold that house to a German family, and nobody knows where Kim is. When Ajay used to look at this building from a hilltop nearby, he saw the outside lights blinking in and out, in and out. From that one, he realized that there is somebody in the basement, and he used to talk to his father Kim by code language, through the cell phone. From that, he realized that his father is telling that he is in the basement, he is alive, he is eating food from the kitchen, and somehow he has to be saved. Then Ajay decides, and he talks to his father, Father, Dad, you be there. One day I will buy this house, I will come and release you. At that time, you come out proudly, not a slave or a parasite of anybody. That is the end of the movie. It is a very complex and convoluted story, as you can imagine, but it has got many movie moments. The important thing of this movie is, number one, there is not even 1 second in this movie where there is no suspense. Every shot is suspenseful. What is going to happen next? What's going to happen next, etc. Number two, all the frames of this movie are perfect to the core. Not even a single wrong frame in this movie. Not even a single wrong dialogue in this movie. Perfect direction, perfect story, perfect editing, perfect acting. So, perfection is the key to the success here. Here, the Kims are parasites to the Parks, and in another way, the Parks are also parasites to the Kim, because they are giving meager wages and taking the services from them. So that is the story of Parasite. I say this in detail because it is the one and only one movie that ever fetched an Oscar award. So when you are talking about a Malayalam movie or a Hindi movie or a Japanese movie thinking of getting or hoping to get an Oscar, you have to compare about Parasite. Parasite is the movie that did it, and they convinced Hollywood that this movie will they thought it will get an award, and it got an award. I think there are some movies in Kerala that could have gotten an Oscar nomination. One such movie is Nirmalyam, but it has got several defects in the movie making, many imperfect shots, etc. That is another subject for another video. For the time being, the Oscar nod for Adujeevitham is a hope, but in my opinion, it is never going to realize. Thank you.